Alrighty, this is gonna be Grandia, part 1. Hopefully everything works. I've been having a little trouble configuring this new emulator I'm trying. I kept getting a lot of crashes with the emulator I'm most familiar with, so... But this is already looking better. Like, this video is normally in 15 frames per second, and it looks like a janky-ass slideshow, so... Spent a lot of time trying to get this to like smooth out the frames, upscale the graphics, you know. There was some audio bugs, so I had to work on that. I was like, come on, man. Whew. Yeah, it looks a little choppy since I'm forcibly upscaling the frame rate, but it's better than what it looked like before. There we go, now that's working properly. Oof. Oof. This thing is a little bit slow.
I guess I must have dozed off. I had that dream again. The bastards. They're hounding me. Mullen, where are we now?
It's only been a half an hour since you asked last. You look tired, General Ball.
I keep telling you, Mullen. When there are no soldiers around, you should call me father.
Excuse me, but Lieutenant Lean is still here.
It's just like you to answer like that. But you know that Lean is a very special part of our military plans, aren't you, Lean? The third excavation of the Salt Ruins is almost finished. I'm counting on you two. Mullen, Lean.
We've assigned an elite battalion of our forces to this excavation. I'm sure that we'll hear good news.
The current time is 13:40 hours. Now passing through Parm airspace. Our ETA is 15:30 hours.
Lean, open the viewports for General Ball.
Yes, Colonel Mullen.
I'm gonna try to work on those borders. There we go, that looks nicer.
Hey, you. This'll teach you, you punk. Oh, Justin, not you again. You just don't learn trashing my shed again.
I didn't trash it. Why won't you listen to me? I'm staking my pride as a man and my soul as an adventurer on this treasure hunt.
Shut up! There's no treasure in all that junk. Now you've completely trashed it. Anyway, don't ever hunt for treasure in my shed again. You hear me, boy?
Ouch! That awful man, he never ever understands.
Justin! Justin! You okay? That sounded like it hurt.
Oh, Sue, did you see that? Don't worry. A punch like that, nothing to it. For a first-rate adventurer, it comes with the territory.
Right. So how'd it go? Did you find anything in the shed?
Nah, nothing at all. really was all junk. Must have guessed wrong. But Sue, what about you?
Of course I found something. Ta-da!
Oh, dang it.
Here it is, the legendary armor. I found it all by myself. Oh yeah, Puppy helped too. Here you go, Justin, the legendary armor.
Great, Sue. That's the first one. That leaves the Shield of Light, the Warrior's Helmet, and the Spirit Sword.
Don't forget, we gotta get him by sundown or we'll lose. Yuck, I don't want to marry that awful god. You know, it's really your fault, Justin. You're the one that took Gons up on his dare. You'd better take responsibility.
Okay, I know. Come on, let's go show this to Gons.
Puffy, let's go too.
Justin says, "We found it, Gons. We found the treasure." Gons says, "If it isn't Justin, taking your sweet time, aren't ya? First-rate adventurer, smenturer. The end of the world was found, and there's no use for adventurers. You're way behind the times." Justin says, "There is no end of the world." Gons says, "Huh? You don't even know that? You, a first-rate adventurer? There's no way you're gonna find the 4 treasures before sundown. This duel is as good as won. As you promised, starting tomorrow, Susan, my gang, and I, Gons, will take her as my bride." Justin says, "No way, Gons. We got plenty of time before sundown. Looky here." "Ugh, you found the legendary armor. Ha ha, how about that?" says Justin. Alrighty, oh boy. Things are now not right. Okay, there we go. I'm used to using the analog and it's not cooperating, so... let's see... Guess we gotta find the rest of these treasures. This kid says, "Oh no, I'm busted, it's Justin." "Wasn't that tense who just ran away?" says Sue. "Too bad he's Gons' little brother, otherwise he's pretty cute." Justin says, "You think so? I guess he is a lot better than Gons." Yeah, this is running so much better now. It's him again. I better run. What's up with Tense? What do you think, Justin? I think he has one of the treasures. We're gonna have to beat him. It's closed. Say, Justin, why do you think Ms. Carolyn's place is always closed? It says right here, only open at night. You don't have to read to me. Even I can read that. I'm not a kid anymore, says Sue. Oh my. Good coffee and beautiful women. This must be what they mean by advertising. Sue says it's true that Miss Carolyn is beautiful, but Justin, you haven't even tasted the coffee. Where did that little bitch go? He says, oh no, I'm busted, it's Justin. Anyways, that's just repeated information. Oh, jeez. I'm just trying to get this to a place where it's not in the way. My dad's gonna be back on a ship soon. Says some child in some house we're snooping around in. Apparently this old guy is writing a letter. Doesn't seem too important to me right now. I guess that door is locked. There we go, that looks a little better. They say the future of our forces and the world depends on the Salt Ruins operation. Sue says, Justin, isn't Salt the ruins of an ancient civilization? Why is the army investigating it? Oh, okay, this must be like a different part of town. Oh. Could this pot lid be the Shield of Light? Looks like it. Let's take it. Okay, so we got 2 of 4. We need 2 more. And then I guess it's not over here. Don't tell anyone I'm hiding here, Justin. Sue says this kid should find a better hiding spot. I guess he just gets to get away from me no matter what I do. So lame. I wonder where these other 2 items are. This town is actually pretty big. Yeah, I think there's nothing else over here. That kid keeps getting in my way. It's really annoying. bridge is closed. Go away. Apparently important soldiers are about to come across it, and they need to block it for no reason. Seems useful. Gosh dang it. This kid needs to leave me alone. Ugh. I keep trying to just move one thing and it's messing up all my scenes, but we'll figure it out eventually. Anyways, the old guy just says that I'm full of energy, and Sue's like, he's too full of energy. Ain't that the truth? So I can't go across this bridge, I guess. We can't go that way. I don't even know where I just went. Somehow back to the port. Oof. Let me see if I can find some directions. I'm confused right now. Oh boy, all these automatic cutscenes are getting a little old. Let's see. Why don't you just give up, says Goose. Apparently we need a helmet and a sword. The helmet is where you always hear the sound of running water. Anyways, that kid thinks we'll never be able to find him. I mean, we're near the sound of water, right? Like... maybe we can walk down there. I don't see any stairs, though. Oh, there's the helmet, I would imagine, but I don't know how to get down there. Oh, here we go. Sue says, do you think this is the helmet? Justin says, I think you're right. Let's show it to Gons. Gon says, did you find something else? Ugh, you found the helmet too? I guess you got 3 of the 4 treasures, but don't let it go to your head. You won't find the last one so easily. Justin says, it'll be a piece of cake. Sue says, we didn't see anything like a sword anywhere though. Let's see... apparently the sword is in his house in a locked chest. Justin wonders if he saw the key. Anyhow, maybe that little bratty kid has it. Justin says, what's wrong, Tense? Why are you crying? The kid says, I'll tell you, but you gotta promise not to tell my brother. I just say, okay. Apparently I didn't select the correct dialogue option. Oh, apparently he lost the key. So we're gonna help him look for it. He says, I fell down near the river by the cafe. So... Hey, what's this? I found it. 10 says, I'm glad you found it. Thanks. Justin says, well, what do you know? Tents can be so sweet. 10 says, I'll never forget this, Justin. Well, I'll definitely remember until the day after tomorrow. Sue says, look at you. You were bawling like a baby and now you're back to usual. 10 says, Big Brother told me not to give this key to you, Justin, but you know, I'll give it to you anyway. I can't be indebted to anyone if I'm gonna be a man. But Justin, you tell him that you took it from me by force, otherwise he'll beat me up. The treasure chest holding the spirit sword is at my house. Come along with me. Okay. Where'd this little biatch go? No. Oh, this is probably it. Alright, we can finally open the chest. Here it goes. This is it. This is the spirit sword. It appears to just be a wooden sword, but that's okay. Why do you guys keep pulling these pranks all the time? Are you even listening, Gauntz? Look at that, Sue. Greg is telling Gauntz off good. What a champ. Chump, I mean. We told Gauntz to stop blocking the bridge. He really is stupid. Sue says it was Gauntz who stacked those boxes on the bridge, so let's just act casual and walk by. Huh? Wait a second. Justin, weren't you two playing together with Gauntz to... Justin says, surely you jest. There's no way I'd be caught dead playing with him. Sue says, that's right, sir. We just happened to be passing by. Right, Puffy? Of course you wouldn't. There's no way that I, Gauntz, would be playing with Justin. Me and Justin are having a duel. What? What's the meaning of this? Justin says, busted. Let's get out of here. Sue laughs. Justin says, we made it, but he didn't have to get that mad, right, Sue? Sue says, it's just that all the regular things you do are bad. That's why no one believes you.
Hey, Justin. Ouch. Mom, what did I do?
How many times do I have to tell you? No dirty shoes in the kitchen.
Even so, you don't have to hit me with your tray.
Don't talk back to me. You know the rules of Single Restaurant. Always keep the kitchen clean. Come on, I have work to do. Out you go. My little troublemaker. You could at least help if you're going to the kitchen.
Hello, Aunt Lily. If you keep whacking Justin's head, he's gonna get stupid.
Don't worry, Sue. Justin's brain can't get any worse than it already is.
Mom, I'm hurt. How could you say such things about your only darling son?
Well, why don't you just be good so I don't have to, Justin?
I've been getting in trouble all day today.
The mom says, now just What were you doing today? Listen, I won't get mad, so tell me the truth. Justin says, yeah, you will. Even if I tell you the truth, you still get mad all the time. The mom says, don't give me that. Have you ever really told me the truth? Come now, tell me straight. What exactly were you doing today? I just say, Mom, getting mad gives you wrinkles. Mom says, that's none of your business. Anyhow, we got a first aid kit, poison antidote, some money. Why does money always run out so fast, says the kid. I bet this is a real Icarian statue. Dad wouldn't have a fake. Someday I'll discover the Angelo civilization myself and I'll prove that Dad was right. Okay, whatever. Where do we go now? Maybe we still have to talk to people. Mom asks us again what we have been doing, and I say, I didn't do anything. Ask Sue. Even I can't get into mischief every day. Mom says, is that right, Sue? Sue says, that's right, Aunt Lily. Justin didn't do anything bad today. You gotta believe me. The mom says, really? Sue says, yeah, well, he wasn't nearly as bad as the day before yesterday. Damn. Mom says, I thought so. Didn't I tell you to tell the truth? I just can't believe this kid. You listening? I don't know what you did, but you don't get into mischief. No, but don't get into mischief. That gets other people angry. Come on, let's have dinner. I tried out a new dish. Why don't you join us, Sue? Sue says, is it okay if I eat here every day? Mom says, didn't I tell you before? You can eat here whenever you want. Both of you come upstairs. Anyhow, the mom says, today the curator of the museum came to have lunch here. Funny, he always brings a sack lunch. Oh yeah, he asked me to tell you something. He wants you to go to the museum tomorrow. He said he wants to return something that you left with him. Hope it's not some of that junk again. Sue says, I've been running so much I'm starving. That was a real adventure, huh? Justin says, but you know, my ancestors all had much greater adventures. Look at their pictures on the wall. Justin says, is that your dad, the one on the end? Justin says, sure is. Someday I'll put my own picture along with the rest, right next to Dad's. And the mom says, can I try guessing what you left with the curator? Was it the spirit stone? Your dad was not the kind of man to lie, but that being a spirit stone... When I first met him, he always wore it around his neck. It was really special to him. Sue says, wow, can you tell me about how you and Justin's dad first met? We first met on board a ship on a night with no moon or waves. It was very quiet. Sue says, did you hear that, Justin? It was a quiet night on the sea. How romantic. Mom says, but suddenly pirates appeared and took over your dad's ship in the wink of an eye. Justin says, a terrifying turn of events. What happened then? Mom says, the leader of the band of pirates got a look at the spirit stone that your dad wore around his neck. The pirate drew his sword and said, give me that stone. But your dad refused. Justin says, "That's just like Dad. What happened then?" Mom says, "Struck by the courage of your dad, the pirate leader decided to give up being a pirate on the spot." Justin says, "The pirate that attacked Dad was just... what was he like? Maybe a strong man of the sea type?" The mom laughs and says, "Not at all. The pirate was a girl just your age, a beauty named Lily the Skull." Justin says, "I've heard that name somewhere. Lily. That's you, Mom." The mom says, "You finally noticed. I was pretty young then. I did a lot of things I regret." Sue says, "I never knew that you were a pirate, Aunt Lily, but it makes me admire you more." Lily says, "It's embarrassing, so don't go telling all the neighbors, okay? They pretty much all know anyway." The mom says, "You don't want to eat anymore? If you want seconds, we have plenty left." Oh, I say that was delicious. I'm full. Sue says, "Come on, Justin. We're going to see the curator tomorrow. Don't forget." Sue says, "Good morning. Are you ready to go?" Naughty, naughty Justin. You shouldn't be scratching the walls of your house like this. Maybe I ought to tell Aunt Lily. Justin says, "It's not like that. I measure my height every year on my birthday and make a mark. This way I can tell how much I've grown." I think one of my buttons is mapped improperly. Oh boy. Let me see if that's something I can fix really quick. Let's see here. There we go. Let's see if we can sell some stuff. Oh, apparently I can't sell any of these things, so... oh well. But we got a better sword, which is nice. Now, where would that museum be? Maybe it's across the river. Anyway, the guy outside the museum is saying, "Did you want to come play here?" And he's like, "No, I'm picking up something I left at the curator." Anyhow, the receptionist says, "Welcome to the Great General Ball Museum, dedicated to the advancement of national archaeology. Why, it's Justin and Sue. Have you come to talk to the curator?" Hi, Mr. Curator, says Justin. Oh, you came at just the right time. Looky here. It's a new Akarian statue. I just finished its restoration. Justin says, wow, is this a statue of an Akarian? I've never seen this type. The curator says, yes, when I checked with Garlisle, it seems that it was found at the Dom ruins on the new continent, Alencia. Justin says, wow, the Dom ruins, huh? The biggest ruins on the new continent. I'd love to go. I bet you would, says the curator. Yes, it's what you look for that makes you a man. According to the Angelou myths told in Parm, Akarians use the power of spirit stones to create a dream world. Stories are told of floating cities and ships that travel to the stars. Justin says, steam engines that run forever. The spirit sanctuary frozen in time. Great immortal priests who never age. Sue says, are you two finished yet? Justin says, sorry Sue, we'll be through in a minute. Sue says, but just a minute. After all, I'm a very understanding woman, right? The curator laughs and says, yet, if we consider these utopian fantasies apart from myths, these Akarians must have been thought of as kings who possessed great power. Archaeologically, that much is certain. These kings must have created the spirits and spirit stones in order to justify their presence. Justin says, that's not very interesting. Archaeology has no romance. The curator says, sorry about that, I like dreamy stories myself. Justin, I guess you get bored when ancient myths become research. Justin says, that's right, I can't quite get in the mood today. It might all have been true, right? The curator says, that's right, Justin, I cannot prove that it is not all true. Oh no, I almost forgot, it's about the so-called spirit stone left by your dad. Justin says, you examined it for me? I bet it was real. The curator says, I can't tell if it's real or fake. To begin with, the spirit stones only exist in myths. I tried to do a chemical analysis of the stone, but I couldn't. It is harder than diamond, so I gave up. Justin says, harder than a diamond? Really? The curator says, until I think of another way to analyze it, I'll give it back. We have acquired the spirit stone. The curator says, if you like, why don't you try analyzing it, Justin? I'll give you some hints. When you're finished looking at the statue, come to my office. I have something for you. The curator laughs and walks away. Justin says, the curator has hope for me. Mysteries of the ancient civilization. Justin the adventurer will solve them. Anyway. Ooh. I am much more tired than I thought, so I'm gonna save my state here. And we will definitely be back with more tomorrow. But anyhow, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. I guess I need to talk to the curator. Justin says, this book is different from the others. It reads, he broke the statue again for the third time. I don't think anyone will notice if I don't say anything. Sue says, this is the curator's diary. The curator broke the statue. That book is called The History of Parm. Justin thinks it's boring. The curator says, where did I put it? I can't remember. Sue says, you said it was something good, so we got our hopes up, but you lost it? The curator says, of course not, I haven't lost it. Just let me remember, so go look at the Akarian statue or something while I look for it. Ha ha ha. Wow, it's like he wants us to go break this thing. The legendary Akarian statue discovered at the Dom ruins. I can picture that. Justin, I'm amazed you knew that the Dom ruins are the largest ruins on the new continent of Alencia, says Sue. Justin says, of course I know, an adventurer needs to know lots of things, but it's no fun just listening to other people's stories. Alencia is awaiting me with mountains of exciting things. Just take a look. Someday I'll find the Angelou that no one else has been able to discover. Oh my. Sue says, "What are you doing, Justin?" Puffy says, "Puff." Justin says, "Calm down. The only thing to do is fix it. Come on, help me." Sue says, "No way. It won't work. You should just be honest and apologize." Justin says, "I can't do it. You saw how happy the curator looked when he restored this statue." "I can't tell him what I can remember what it looks like," he says. Uh-oh. Sue says, "You sure that's right? I think it looked a little different." Justin says, "It's about 70% right. On a test, that's a passing grade." Sue says, "That's not the point, Justin." Wow. Silly little bastards. The curator says, "Here it is. I was keeping it in my pocket, so I would always be ready to give it to you and see your smiling face." Justin says, "Mr. Curator, are you getting senile in your old age?" The curator says, "You're never at a loss for words. Anyway, I heard a crash. Did something happen?" Justin says, "What do we do, Sue? Think we should tell him the truth?" Sue says, "You figure it out. I don't know." "Come on, say something or I'll know something is wrong." I just say, "Actually, I broke the statue." The curator says, "Justin, you're a joker. If you broke the statue I just finished repairing, my poor heart couldn't take it." "Putting aside the jokes, I have something good for you." Justin says, "Cool, what is it?" "My present to you is this," says the curator. "We got a letter of introduction." The curator says, "The Garlisle forces are searching the Salt ruins again. I arranged for 2 people to visit." Justin says, "Wow, really? Thank you, Mr. Curator." Sue says, "Isn't this great, Justin? You kept saying that you wanted to go to the Salt ruins." The curator says, "I'm just happy to see your faces. Show this letter of introduction and the army will let you visit. Justin, you go find out for yourself if the Spirit Stone is real or not." Fabuloso. But where, oh where is this set of ruins that I'm looking for? Justin says, "You think we got away?" Someone screams and says, "The statue, I just finished fixing it." Justin says, "Uh-oh, we're in deep stuff now. What'll we do? You think we should go back and apologize? Maybe he'll forgive us." The curator says, "Who was it? Who did this? Now I have to work day and night to fix it all over again." Justin says, "No way. If we go back now, he'll take back the letter of introduction for sure." Sue says, "You're right. I feel bad about the curator, but let's come back and apologize later." Alrighty, so we need to go to the world map, which we have not done so as of yet. Which is definitely somewhere, probably. I don't think we want to go to the port. But we should save anyway. Alright, looks like we got out of there. And we're taking Marna Road to the Salt Ruins. How fancy. Oh my. Alright, we've made it to the ruins. Oh, hey buddy. Anyhow, the soldier says, "This isn't a place where just anyone can come. Do you have proper identification?" Sue says, "Hey Justin, show him the letter of recommendation." Alrighty. Justin says, "Look at this, I have an intro of recommendation from the curator." The soldier says, "What is that guy thinking?" Justin says, "Don't worry, just let us in." The soldier says, "Oh well, you can go in."
Attention! Soldiers forward! Salute!
Listen up! After traveling all the way from the new continent, we won't tolerate failure. Be sharp out there. Meet on the stage on level 1. Call roll by regiment as soon as you arrive. Then stand by for orders.
Attention! Forward! Right base! March! Double time!
Say, Saki. It was your troops who made us late. Aren't you a little relaxed?
Don't give me that, Nana. The last time they were late, I made them give me 3,000 squats.
Oh, Saki. You're such a muscle freak. I'd make them go without rations for 100 days.
Oh, Neo, you're too kind. If it were me, I'd give 5,000 lashes. Then I'd pickle him in brine and give him 100 days in the grid.
That would kill us.
If Herr Mullen were to get wind of that, he'd have your head.
No problem. I just swear him to secrecy, and Herr Mullen would never be the wiser.
Come on. We need to get going too. Or we'll be late for the rendezvous.
Right, Neo. If we were to be late, it'd be hard to discipline the troops.
That lady says, "How could children be here? How did you get into the ruins?" Justin says, "The ruins are underground, right? Can I see them?" The soldier says, "How suspicious. Who are you? I show no mercy, even to kids. Now answer." We're gonna show them the letter of introduction. Justin says, "We came to visit the ruins. We got a letter of introduction from the curator." Letter of introduction? I guess it does look real. Justin says, "See, we're not suspicious at all, so take us underground." The other soldier says, "Underground, huh? Alright, but first just show me that letter of introduction." We give it over. Oh my, and she rips it in half. Justin says, "Yikes." Sue says, "Oh no."
Bye-bye.
And they threw it down a hole. Bitches. No more letter of introduction, right? Now you twerps are illegal intruders. That's right, now we must catch the intruders, torture, and execute them. But since you're children, we'll overlook this just once. Leave immediately. Come on, let's go, Saki and Mio. There's no time to be bothering with these kids. How awful. Who do they think they are? Anyway, Justin, let's go home. Justin says, "No way, Sue, an adventurer can't back down now." Heck to the yeah. Sue says, "You really want to go down there with those weirdos?" Justin says, I did, but they're so secretive, there's gotta be something here. They practically told us that there are secrets an adventurer cannot ignore down there. Sue says, "Oh, Justin, but you know, I thought it would come to this." Oh my.
Carlisle Force, Mullen Company, fall in. Face forward. Salt Ruin Special Survey Team. Roll call. Squad leaders, front and center. Sergeant Nana, leader of the Bloody Rose Squad reporting.
Sergeant Saki, leader of the Lightning Star Squad. All men accounted for.
Sergeant Neo, leader of the Desert Moon Squad. All men present.
Colonel Mullen will now address the troops before deployment. All soldiers, listen carefully.
Yes, Lieutenant.
My dear soldiers, our squad will now commence the final excavation of the Salt Ruins. Operation Yggdrasil is entering the final stage. Now we only have to find the last remaining piece. I needn't remind you that the depths of these ruins are dangerous. You may even be risking your life. However, this is our time. You, the Honorable Carlisle Forces, will bring a great boon to humanity. Go! You, the elite of Carlisle, will open the door to the wisdom of the ancient Angelo civilization. I am counting on every one of you.
Yes, sir. Bloody Rose Squad, you take the east. Lightning Star Squad has the west. Desert Moon Squad, take the south. You have your assignments. We're counting on you. Good luck.
Yes, Lieutenant.
The time is 15:06 hours. All squads have begun operations.
Lean. You've also become quite an able aide-de-camp.
Huh? Oh, thank you, Herr Mullen.
Well, let's get to work ourselves. Let's go, Lean.
Yes, sir.
Sue says, "Justin, did you hear that?" Justin says, "Sure, sounds like something's here. Let's go." Or let's hoe. Who knows? Whatever you prefer. Ooh, look, we already found some cash. As Dennis Rodman would say, get your cash in a flash. Ooh, it's a gloopy boy. So gloopy. I like that. Is that a tomberry? With like a clothespin on its nose? That's cute. I like it. Get that gloopy boy. I guess it dropped its kidney or something. It's Mr. Tonberry. I think he wants to doink somebody with his thirsty blade. He's thirsty for blood. And he wants a hug. But little do you know, he will stab you the instant. Never mind. The soldier says, "Did you see that? It was Colonel Mullen, in person. Wow, I finally saw him. What could there be in such out-of-the-way ruins?" Justin says, "Hey, you hear, Sue? Sounds like something incredible's happening." Twice stab, twice slicer. Oh yeah. Oh cool, it shows me, I guess, a sky view of the place. It is now murdering time. We gotta kill some gloop gloops. Ruh-roh, it's the triple bitches. One of them says, she is such an eyesore, that Lean. Why does she have to come along? Just when we got duty that gets us close to Hair Mullen, she has to come and spoil the mood. The other one says, yeah, she's just always next to Hair Mullen. She just galls me. The green-haired one says, according to my calculations, Lean's career as an aide-de-camp is almost over. The redhead says, Mio, are you plotting something? Maybe thumbtacks and Lean's boots? She says, oh no, a much more cunning plan. I will put something in her food that makes her hiccup incessantly. Saki says, I love it. Hair Mullen is sure to look at Lean differently when he sees her squawking like a goose. Why, hello, Mario Punch 88. Let's see here. The soldier says, I just don't get it. Everything we find is junk. Can this stuff be worth anything? Just cut that out. You want to get demoted and stuck on guard duty like the guys at the top? You heard the colonel. Save everything we find. No one wants your opinion. I'm sorry. I went too far, I guess. Oh, come on. That's some rude shit. I need my free stuff. The next soldiers... Let's see... say, why do elite troops like us have to be excavating in a place like this? Yeah, I know what you mean, but we can't be too careless. After all, even Colonel Mullen says it was a dangerous duty. The next set of soldiers say, did you hear? There's a strange statue in the deepest depths of the ruins. Yeah, but I have no clue what might be beyond that. I've heard stories of ghosts. Ah, perhaps. I was wondering why the colonel would come out here himself. Justin says, hear that, Sue? Mysterious ghosts deep in the ruins. Yes, this is just so exciting. Glad to hear that you're doing well. The next set of soldiers says, think that newbie back there is okay? He beamed himself pretty bad. I'm worried, but it was clearly his own fault, going alone into the depths of the ruins. Colonel Mullen told him so many times that you never know what's going to happen in there. Justin says, I don't quite know, but it looks like there's danger ahead. I'm okay with that, though. Oh, kids with their invincibility complexes. Uh-oh, those bats are horny for my blood. Just curious, I had a friend Mario, he lives in Texas right now, we chatted the other day, so I wasn't sure if he popped on. Let me see... Did I go backwards? I don't even know. Some of these older games are a little hard to navigate now that I'm old and spoiled with all these 4K games. Uh-oh. Let me save this just to be safe. I'm not terribly familiar with this emulator. I spent like 2 hours trying to get this to work properly yesterday. It's working better than EPSXE though, so I don't really have any complaints. Let's see. We found some dynamite. Oh, I'm gonna mute my mic. I think there's landscapers out there.
What a cinch.
Maybe I have to push that. I might have to push that rock for the teeter-totter thing I saw over there. Yeesh, that's rude. Boy, oh boy. Anyhow, a voice in the distance says, "Nothing happens. It's quite suspicious, though. Very unnatural to be just a statue. I think it's best to report to Herr Mullen." "I think you're right. Let's go," says the soldier. "That was close," says Justin. "If we didn't hide so quick, we would have been busted." Alright, looks like we are progressing, so that's good. Justin says, "This must be the statue these soldiers were talking about. It does indeed look suspicious." It looks like, Sue says, "Justin, what was that? Your bottom is shining." Justin says, "It's my pocket. Could it be the spirit stone?" "I've never seen this before." Justin says, "Wow, is it hot?" Justin says, "What?" And the statue opens up into an evil monster mouth door, which is pretty awesome. Justin says, "This statue was a door. It seems like we can go further." Sue wonders why it opens. She wonders if it was the light of the spirit stone. Justin says, "That's gotta be it." "Cool, we're the first ones here. Even the guys in the Garlisle forces haven't come in yet." Oh, I guess I didn't mean to go back out. Guess I'll go to the green door this time. Justin says, "Cool, I've never heard of ruins like this. It moves by itself. I'm sure great discoveries of the Angelus civilization lie ahead." Justin said, oh, sorry. Sue says, "Justin, the spirit stone is shining again." All the statues look at us for some reason. Fancy. Justin says, "Look, Angelo is calling."
Welcome, he who holds the spirit stone.
Justin says, "Did you say something, Sue?" Sue says, "Nope." "Yikes, cool," says Justin. It's a sexy orb.
Welcome, he who holds the spirit stone, symbol of the promise between the humans and the spirits.
Who are you?
I am Liette of Alent. I have lived through and inherited the history of Angelo.
What? What's going on?
Ah! We're gonna fall!
Don't be scared. This is the land we live in, when seen from the height of the stars. Come, Please tell me, what were you seeking when you opened the door?
Gee, you're sort of putting me on the spot. Hey, how did you know that I have a spirit stone?
All power is born from the light of the Spirit Stone. Without it, the door of Angelo does not open.
But Angelo is just a mythical word.
It is no myth. The stone that you hold is the ancient symbol of the promise between the humans and spirits. Look. A world created by an eternal promise between the light of the spirits and the wings of the Icarians. This is the world of Angelo. The light of the Icarians and the grace of the spirits will not wane, lest all of the stars sparkling in the sky turn to embers. Ever since receiving the blessing of the spirits, the people unyoked themselves of the original restrictions and began to walk along the path of evolution. The light of the Icarians and that of the Spirit Stones are the symbols of peace in this world.
Anyhow, Liete says the spirit stone that you hold should really stay always with an Icarian. Sue says, Justin, doesn't that sound a lot like what's written in the myths of Angelou? Justin says, I thought so too. If so, then how are the myths related to the Angelo civilization? Liete, is that your name? Please tell me, are those myths true? He repeats himself. Liete says, one who desires one answer to one question or many answers must head for Alent. Do you desire many answers? I just say, I've got lots of questions. Liete says, then you must leave on a long journey toward Alent, ever toward the east. In your long journey, you may lose your way. However, the light of the Spirit Stone is sure to lead you to the right way. As long as you have the Spirit Stone, if you desire many answers, head for Alent. Justin says, east, Alent, could that mean you want me to cross the sea and go to Alencia, the new world? Justin says, Liete, is Alent, will I be able to meet you in the new world? If I go there, can I meet the real Liete and real Icarians? Liete says, don't forget, the light of the Spirit Stone will lead you to Alent. Now go. I am Liete of Alent. I am the one to wait for eternity. Sue says she's gone now. Liete. Justin says, Sue says we saw lots of things, but it almost feels like it was a dream. Justin says, it really was like a dream. Sue says, Justin, that light, did you see it? Justin says, what's that? The Spirit Stone is shining. Sue says, incredible. Justin says it is real. Liete and everything we've seen is no fairy tale. Sue says, you're right, Justin. Justin says, I've decided I'm going to Alent to meet the Icarians. I'm going to discover the Angelo civilization and surprise everyone. And then, wow, anyway, I'm going there for sure. The only one who can do it is me. Justin the Adventurer. Yes, I'm gonna show him. Dang, Justin was yassing back in the 90s, way before all those white girls appropriated it from gay culture. Herr Mullen says, who goes there? Justin says, yikes, we're busted. Mullen says, what is a child doing here? Where did you come from? Lean, secure the exit. Mullen says, I have many questions for you. Don't think you can get away. Sue says, what do we do, Justin? Justin says, I'll figure something out. Mullen says, if you do not answer truthfully, know your life is in jeopardy. The other lady says, Colonel Mullen, they're just children, please. Mullen says, I understand, but one who makes a fool of me, even a child. Sue says, this man, he's serious, Justin. His eyes are not smiling. First, tell me your name. I just say I have no name for you to call me. Herr Mullen says, if you want to be coy, think a little more. That girl there has been calling out your name, Justin. Now be prepared before you answer. If you continue with your foolish obstinacy, then that girl will die too. It's unavoidable. In the line of duty, my boy, remember that this girl's life is in your hands. Did you open the door into here? I just say, it was already open. He swipes at us. Herr Mullen says, be prepared. I will give you only one chance. Sue says, Justin, you're bleeding. Mullen says, the door was certainly closed. That is what my soldiers reported. I'd be honored to be the last person you ever meet, but if you don't want that, answer truthfully. What did you see in the depths of the ruins? I'll just say I saw a mysterious, pretty girl. Mullen says, Liette of Alent. The female soldier says, Mullen, what will you do with these two? You can't be thinking of, and trails off. Mullen says, don't worry, Lean. Angelo is a major military secret. We'll keep them as informants. Sue says, you're gonna take us away? I thought I could go home. Mullen says, my dear, sorry, but you will never see your family again. Sue says, you mean we're trapped for life? No. Justin says, don't worry, Sue. The two of us can take care of these guys. The soldier says, my, but even if you escape here, there is still one trap ahead. You'll never escape the Salt Ruins. How do you plan to get away from me? Sue says, Justin, and whispers something. Justin says, here it goes. It's sink or swim. Let's go. Sue says, okay. Take that. Spin, spin, round and round. Justin says, come on, let's go, Sue. Mullen says, so this is how it works. Come back here. Yeah, sure, we're gonna definitely do that. Anyways, let's get away from those little sociopaths. Children murderers. Sue says, Justin, what's that? Oh my. It's Mr. Birdie Boy. And that is how you slap a naughty bird. Justin says, "What was that? That wasn't there when we came." Sue says, "Yeah, that guy named Mullen said there was a trap. Think that was it?" Justin says, "It doesn't matter, let's get out of here." It's a really good game. If you want to play it, I suggest going here. You can download the disc image, and I would recommend RetroArch. It's a pain in the ass to set up, but it's way better than EPSXE. This game crashes a shitload on there. Anyway, Mullen says, "I can't believe it. They defeated the Rockbird too." Then he laughs. The female soldier says, "Colonel Mullen." The colonel says, "Those guys are amazing. They even managed to escape." The girl says, "Colonel Mullen, shouldn't we chase them?" The soldier says, having a little information about the Angelo civilization get out will not undermine our plans. Let him go. I respect his recklessness. What was the name of that boy again? She says, his name was Justin. Quite a character he is, says Mullen. I had fun for the first time in quite a while. This game is so good. It has a pretty good plot too. I won't spoil anything for you if you intend on playing it. Justin says, "Alright, we got away. It wasn't a dream. I did have a great adventure." Sue says, "Wait just a second. Isn't it too soon to run away? It's evening already. Let's go back to Parm." Oh, nice. You're playing it on Switch? I wish I had the physical version of that game. It's going for like $200 right now on Amazon. Because it was one of the limited run games, I'm like, oh boy. I'm kind of a video game collector, and I don't usually go after those limited run games half the time. They're just like expensive crap that nobody wants, and they don't ever resell for anything. So, but if you have a physical copy, I salute you, sir. That's a difficult find these days. Sue says, "I guess there's nothing like an adventure to make you hungry. Let's go home." Alright, so we're back to the restaurant place. It's the fanciest building in town. And I yet again went to the wrong spot. Which boss? Let's see. Pirate ship Kraken, huh? I don't recall that one off the top of my head. Looks like I went back outside. But yeah, I do recall, having played this a few times, that there are a couple bosses that are really easy to get stuck on. Anyway, it looks like that's a competing restaurant. There we go, there's where we're supposed to go, I think. Sue says, "Justin, it's all great going to see Liete and everything, but do you know how to get to the new continent?" Justin says, "Of course I know. We need to get on a ship." Sue says, "Then how do we get them to let us on?" Justin says, "I know. We'll just ask Mom." Mom says, "Welcome home, Justin and Sue. Dinner's ready. Wash your hands and come along." I just say, "Great. I'm really hungry." Justin says, "Mom, how can we get on a ship to the new continent?" Mom says, "What is this all of a sudden?" "Well, I always used to go back and forth on my own ship." Sue says, "That's right, you used to be Lily the Skull." Mom says, "Well, if you want to know about ships, why don't you go to the port?" Justin says, "That's it. That's one way to do it. Come on, Sue, we're going to check out the port tomorrow." Mom says, "Anyway, Justin, you're dirtier than usual. What exactly were you playing?" Justin says, not playing. With an introduction from the curator, we went to the salt mines and we were doing scientific research. Mom says, you doing scientific research? That's funny. Justin says, why? I wonder what scientific research means anyway. Sue says, the new continent is Alencia, right? Which is bigger, Alencia or Messina, where Parm is? Well, there's nothing on the other side of the end of the world. Justin says, hey, I know, the end of the world is where the world ends on the new continent, right? But you know, there's something that I don't quite understand. Is there really an end of the world? Mom says, now that you mention it, the curator praised you very highly. He said you were being very good. Justin says, yes, now he might forgive me for breaking the statue. Mom says, Justin, I didn't hear anything about that. What exactly did you do? Sue says, what is the end of the world like? Justin says, we'll never know unless we go. Anyway, repeated dialogue. Mom says, oh well, you're hopeless. Tomorrow I'll go myself and apologize. But you have to go apologize yourself too, okay? Justin says, that was delicious. I'm full. Sue says, we'll try to find a boat tomorrow, right? Sue says, good morning. Ready to go? Anyways. I have a little bit of money now, so I'm going to try to find the shop. Let us see here. Alright. Sue says, let's go to the harbor, so we can ask about the ship. Alrighty. Actually, I haven't gone in here. Maybe Sue has some, like, free items I can steal from the house. Ew, this is coffee. How do people drink that bitter stuff? Anyways. Apparently it is Sue's uncle's coffee. The nice thing too about playing games on emulators are you can do like the speed hacks and just do like an hour of grinding in like 10 minutes. So sometimes when I play older games that have like a little bit of antiquated mechanics, I do that just because I'm in it for the story. Like older gameplay can be a touch daunting sometimes. Alrighty, still looking for that weapons store. Anyhow, I'm gonna segment out some recordings, so bear with me one sec here.